Bank of Canada interest rate cut likely to make variable mortgages cheaper because, of course, they're usually pegged off the prime rate. We're joined by Ron Butler, mortgage broker at Butler Mortgage. Of course, this has limited impact on longer-term mortgage rates, in the short term anyway.
On the fixed rate, yeah, no particular change. But it's great news for everybody who has any kind of line of credit, whether a home line of credit or a personal line of credit. There's 2 cuts in a row, good news. And for variable rate mortgage holders, essentially everyone gets a benefit. I mean, the interest rate does go down, and sometimes your payment doesn't go down, but you're paying more down on principal. So yeah, good news all around for mortgage holders.
Ron, I'm sure you don't have the exact figure to hand, but how much of the market now in Canada is variable rate and how much is fixed rate? Can you give us any kind of ballpark?
Yeah, typically variable does run around 25% of the market. There have been points when it was very attractive where it surpassed 50%, but right now it runs around 25%.
And just remind us, history, though, generally indicates you'll get cheaper borrowing if you're willing to take the risk with a variable.
Yeah, that was up to 2022 and 2023 when prime rate went through the roof, went to 5%, and caught a lot of people by surprise. I think when we're looking back over the last 10 years, because of that kind of aberration, it's almost a saw-off. But for 15 years, variable was the best way to go.
I'm sorry to viewers outside Toronto, but we got yet more sign of just near death in the Toronto condo market. Only 53 condos sold within the city of Toronto in the latest months.
Yeah, it's just off the charts, terrible. It's so bad. It's the really crazy part is of the 53 sold, some of them may never actually be built because you have to get to 75% pre-sale of the project. Some of those people would actually just get their money back and nothing gets built. But yeah, it's absolutely the worst we've ever seen. It's worse than the 1990s. 1993 through 95 was horrible for condo construction. This is actually worse.
So are buildings sitting empty in Toronto then?
Well, that's a big question. Some units are empty. And the fascinating part is there's another 26,000 units will come on stream in the GTA in the next 18 months. So
26,000?
26 takes 5 years to build a condo tower. So stuff that started back in 21 is going to come on stream over now and in 2026.
So could they be just entering a slack market?
Oh boy, is it a slack market?
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's unfortunately, look, it really is a financial disaster for some of those people. They paid a lot more than condos are selling for today, and it's not going to be pretty.
That's interesting. Yeah, their deposit. So how does that work? The developer can turn around and say, here's your deposit back, sorry?
Well, for the ones that aren't, for instance, if you're trying to sell today, we've had numerous sales offices open, sell a handful of units, and then have to close and refund the money. A huge project in Etobicoke, like nearly 4,000 units. They tried to sell some in one tower, it failed, and they just gave the money back and canceled the project.
But people, so give me an idea. Somebody who put a deposit down at the peak of the market.
Oh, those are finishing. Those will all finish. They're under construction now. They're all going to finish. They have adequate construction financing to finish. That's no problem. And then we'll see what happens once they're finished.
But I, as a consumer, say I put down $100,000 as my deposit, and I agreed to pay $500,000 for the condo. Am I obliged to pay, if it's built, I'm obliged to pay the other $400K and take possession?
Oh, you're so obliged. I mean, that is a contract, and we know of several developers that are actually litigating today for people who didn't want to close. So
because they think, well, I'm on the hook to pay $500,000 for a unit that's not worth that now in the market.
Sometimes you'd be better off just giving up your deposit. Yes,
just walking away.
But the builder won't let you. The builder will chase you. The developer wants you to close that condo.
The Globe and Mail has an editorial this week mocking the Liberals over what it says is this way, trying to play it both ways, saying, well, house prices don't need to come down, but we want to make housing more affordable. And the Globe calls it the magic math of Liberal home economics.
Well, the housing minister, Gregor Robertson, has had his communications problems since he took over the job. This is the idea that they're going to build so many of Carney's modular homes, which are all rentals, by the way. Like every single one of them is a rental. None of them will be for sale. So all these modular homes are designed for social housing and for rental. That's the The housing minister Robertson admitted that. He said that openly.
Well, it sounds good. I mean,
like
we
a
need
sure.
rental housing. Yeah, yeah.
And we need social housing. We need all
Right.
those things.
Yeah.
But the concept was that this will drive costs down, providing all these rental projects, and it'll drive costs down on new construction. Problem is, there's no new construction in Ontario of almost anything, anywhere. So I'm not sure how that math is going to work.
And they'll have to give the municipalities money if they're going to bring down the huge development charges, presumably.
Oh yeah, that's well. We saw the Ontario is going to drop the provincial tax
Right.
on new development. We'll probably see a match from the federal government. So that's a positive note overall.
Is it fair to say, though, that comfortable boomers, I'm one of them, we don't have to pay big tax increases? Those costs are loaded onto new home build buyers.
That's absolutely true. The proper property tax in Toronto should be substantially higher than it is, but because so much income comes into land transfer tax, previously came in from development charges, that there wasn't any pressing need. But we'll see. There hasn't been any land transfer tax that is greatly reduced. There's no development fees coming in right now. So we'll see what happens to property taxes.
And just finally, and this is a very broad philosophical question, do we need to stop thinking of housing as an investment? And it's a place to live, but we have this assumption the price is going to go up over the years.
Sure, and it has. That's the key thing. Since 2005, the price of housing in Canada has gone up at triple the rate of wage income. So that's been a great investment, but it isn't good news for young people who want to buy a house.
No, and they can't even get decent jobs in a lot of questions. Yeah, in a lot of cases. Ron, thanks very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Ron Butler, mortgage broker at Butler Mortgage.